teachers I know are pretty comfortable with a three-step definition of what bullying's really all about. They know that it's about power. They know that it's about one person or a group of people looking to make one person or a group of people powerless. They're looking to push them down the social hierarchy so that they shall never threaten their position at the top of the tree again. They know that bullying needs to be repeated, so therefore you can't bully someone once. It's a pattern of behaviour designed to keep people powerless. And they know the third thing is that it's harmful. Bullying does damage. It upsets people, it affects people, and they carry those effects around with them. And I'm wondering if we took those three concepts and said, let's just take one, for instance, power today. And if we look at our classrooms through the lens of power, saying what we would like to do is to reduce the frequency and severity of any power plays in the classroom, we sometimes discover some uncomfortable truths. For instance, have a think about the traditional classroom with a teacher at the front of the room, standing or perhaps sitting on a stool or perhaps sitting at the only large comfortable wooden desk in the room and speaking or providing instruction or direction to a group of students who are in equal position, sitting at tables, perhaps in rows or perhaps in groups. And think about who holds the power in that circumstance. And it's the teacher. And what happens when we present power like that to our young people is that we make it aspirational. We send a message to our kids that perhaps you'd like to be as powerful as me one day. Perhaps if you use some of the techniques that I'm using here when you're in a social situation, you too can be just as powerful as me. And when I see that, I see opportunity. I see wonderful opportunities to reduce the power that we have as teachers in the classroom. It's a little counterintuitive, isn't it? We feel like we're letting go of responsibility. We feel like we're letting go of control. But what happens when you change your instructional model to perhaps instead of delivering from a high position at the front of the room to working with a group of students on chairs in a circle is that students tend to mimic your behaviour rather than be influenced by the power that you hold. If we were to provide instruction or direction to students in a circle as they're standing about to enter the classroom, I find that they're more likely to listen to me. And if I were to take a problem that a group of students are working on and just go, come out here guys and let's just sit on the floor and work on this problem together in a group, and we just gather in a circle around that problem, is they tend to believe that the problem isn't them, it isn't their lack of ability to learn. The problem's on this sheet of paper that we're working on. And we feel that we can step into that because now it's not one person trying to make others learn, we're actually taking on the task of learning together. It's something we're doing with each other rather than a powerful person trying to make the learning happen to you. It's a dynamic that can make a significant difference in the classroom, and whether you change your instructional model just a little because of that, or whether you start to see a number of different factors that might be emphasising power in your classroom rather than reducing it, it's a lens worth putting over the way that you make your learning happen and the way you build your learning environment so that young people can cooperate and engage at a whole new level.